From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz
Yes.
and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Alessia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
At least 18 people were injured after that Delta Airlines plane crashed while it was landing and then flipped upside down and lost both wings, burst into flames at Toronto's Pearson Airport. The incident happened when the flight was coming in from Minneapolis at 2 p.m. yesterday afternoon, and it's wild, man. So all the video, there was one guy who was taking video on the inside as they were running out, and I guess they were all like strapped in, and then when the plane flipped, like I was like, so when you let go of your seatbelt, you're upside down. Like, did they all just come crashing down to...
I would assume you have to.
Like, what did you land on? Like your head, your arm? Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's wild to me.
Probably.
And you can hear the flight crew yelling at people to not take their belongings. Listen to this.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. That's on the right. On the right.
Holy Yo, I was on this plane.
Also, in a case like that, they can't deploy. You know how they have that that inflatable slide?
Yeah, no.
You can't. That's ineffective.
No, because it was
So you
upside
literally had
down.
to jump out of the emergency doors, right?
Well, it wasn't. Well, I mean, but it wasn't that high though, because there was no wheels, right?
Yeah.
It was like it was right on the ground. Like it was a little hop. I mean,
That's scary,
dangerous,
man.
but a hop. Here's somebody else who was on the flight.
Skidded like on our side and then flipped over on our back. Where we ended up, there was like a big fireball out the left side of the plane. We kind of let ourselves go and fell to hit the ceiling, which is surreal feeling. And then everybody was just like, get out, get out, get out. We could smell like jet fuel.
Of the 76 passengers, 17 were reported to have been transferred directly to the hospital after the crash. Listen to the air traffic control audio and just how like calm, because this is what they have to be. Like, you cannot panic in that job. It is an incredibly stressful job. But listen to them when they realize that there was a crash.
Clear to land, 23, Endeavor, 4890. We're going to Wingham. Wingham, okay. No problem. Are you able to go to 2000? We can give it a try for the weather link at 1 minute back. This airplane just crashed at 23. Play 1 minute back. I got no traffic here, so just let me know what you'd like to do. We just had a crash on runway 23 here. Yeah, we've got it. The aircraft is upside down and burning.
Oh my God!
Wow, right? Yeah.
I guess you have to be
You
calm
have to be.
so that you could be clear
You
to
have
the
to
person
be.
that you're speaking to, right?
God, there was a movie years ago. I don't know if you ever saw it. Like, not many people saw it. I really enjoyed it. I think it was John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton. It was called Pushing Tin, where they were air traffic controllers, and it was a movie. It was fictionalized, like it was good drama, but it was about just how stressful that job is. Right? It's
can imagine, of
crazy,
course.
man. Crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to a new study out of Boston, they have found that just doing this for 20 minutes a day could actually reach all your recommended exercise targets. Doing what, Mocha? Shut, Maury. Doing what, Mocha, for 20 minutes
Also,
a day?
20 minutes, Maury? Okay. Sure, pal.
Yeah. Mocha, doing what for
I'm
20
gonna
minutes
say
a day?
Going for a brisk walk.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Incorrect. What else?
A jog?
No. Doing what for 20 minutes a day could help you reach all of your recommended exercise targets?
It has nothing to do with walking?
No. Nope.
20 minutes a day.
20 minutes a day.
Oh, like meditating?
No.
Oh, breathing exercises?
Nope.
Arguing.
No. Dancing.
Oh,
Dancing, they say. According to the research, 48 participants aged 18 to 83. They looked at oxygen intake and heart rate measurements during 5-minute bursts of dance, and it found that all adults were able to reach a health-enhancing level of activity. Participants were also told that it did not matter what genre of dance they chose or the intensity level at which they danced. And we already know that there are tons of health benefits associated with dancing, including mental health and cardiovascular health. However, dancers, they say, have 46% lower risk of cardiovascular health death compared to those who rarely or never dance. So dancing is like huge.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. All you got to do is dance.
Everybody in the club this weekend was getting to their fitness goals.
Well, yeah, but if you're doing it alcohol-free and you're not sitting there on a hookah all night,
Yeah.
you know,
That's true.
I'm thinking
Different
just
kind,
like,
Maria.
Listen, that wasn't
Zumba
me.
was so big,
that
right?
wasn't
That
me.
is more. That's why Zumba was so big. Yeah. Jazzercise. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember Jazzercise?
Jazzercise?
You don't remember Jazzercise?
No.
Come on.
Hold on, let me look
The
this up.
Jazzercise videos? It was a thing.
For moms.
For moms.
Jazzer-
Yes.
Jazzercise. Let's see here.
Jazzercise was a thing for moms back in the day. Everybody's mom remembers.
Exercise that'll keep you fit and smiling, sugar. Swing that arm. There you go. Smile, for heaven's sake. Yeah. You ready? Now find that beat. There it is. Oh, yeah. That's good. Ho. Now slack, release, contract, release,
Come on.
contract, release. There you go. Smiling, smiling, smiling. Now to the pelvis. Front, back, front, back.
Girl, what are you
We gotta
doing?
bring this back.
I'm telling you. They knew what was that. They knew what was
Shem's actually enjoying it.
Fire, yeah. I'm picturing the video and getting very excited.
20 minutes. 20 minutes, Shem.
Yeah, hands where we can see him, Shem.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So big hockey game on Thursday coming up. Canada, USA, championship
yes.
round, Four Nations Cup, I guess they call it.
Yes,
Four Nations tournament.
queen.
It got real iffy at the end of yesterday's game, Canada-Finland. Finland was really coming back, and it was a 6-on-5, and Canada was not handling it well, and they put up a couple of goals. But here was Sidney Crosby potting the empty net.
That was Crosby bouncing it in, and now it's going to be done. What a play by Sidney Crosby to put out the fire.
So good.
And then here's the end of the game.
Across the goal post, looks skyward, and this one's over as Canada gets to the final with a 5-3 victory here this afternoon.
Yeah.
How many fights Thursday night, you guys think?
Bro.
Like that Saturday game, there's 3 fights in 9 seconds.
Can you play? You have the clip in there from the beginning of the Saturday night's game. Can you play that for me? It was crazy how just aggressive USA came out.
And the gloves are off. Hagel from Tampa Bay, Kachuk from Florida. Did not see this coming. Both sides said they hoped it wouldn't happen tonight. It did. It's helped set the tone. Charlie McAvoy put one on net. Now we're 9 seconds in. We had a fight 2 seconds in, another one 1 second later. Now in the center of the action, it's Colton Parayko and JT Miller. This is like 1996 when this building opened up with the World Cup.
When the second Kachuk brother went to the penalty box. Like,
yeah.
It was like high five. Like, good for you, bro.
Bro.
And you know, because their dad was a scrapper too back in the day. You know, the dad, like the mom was probably pissed, and the dad was secretly proud.
It was such good hocky. Like such good hockey. And the ratings were crazy for it in the States too. Like,
yeah, of course.
Crazy huge, which is like beyond what anybody had even hoped. But
Such
so
a good game.
that all goes down on Thursday in Boston. So they've moved out of Montreal, and now the championship is in
wait.
Boston. Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? Post Malone. Back in November, Post Malone announced his big-ass stadium tour with Jelly Roll that will run from April to July across the U.S. But now he's and there was one show in Toronto on May 26th at Rogers Center. So I guess now he's just announced 18 international dates. like August 8th in Romania, if you want to go see Post Malone in Romania. Portugal on September 14th. So he's really doing the world here. Did you see Post Malone on that SNL special, the 5th year anniversary over the weekend?
His jeans, though, interesting.
Interesting, yes.
His jeans.
So what's up?
Was he wearing Kendrick Lamar jeans?
No, they were like
Super Bowl jeans.
They were mom jeans.
Hold on. Post Malone SNL.
Yeah.
Jeans. Yeah, I love you, Posty, but
see,
what are you doing, dog?
So
listen, you know what? Does it make him happy?
Sure.
Cool.
Yes. So he was up on stage with the remaining guys from Nirvana, and they did "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and it's incredible how much he sounds like Kurt Cobain.
Post Nirvana.
So loud. So aggressive.
Do you want me to turn it down?
No, it's fine. It's Nirvana. What are you going to do?
Jeez.
What are you going to do?
Oh, yeah, and the song had that long intro.
Yeah.
But it was great, though.
Not like super long, but...
Oh, listen to that crowd. That's amazing.
Post playing the guitar.
Shem has that look on his face right now that white people had watching Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl.
Confused?
You can't understand a word he's saying. I don't understand anything. I don't understand this either, Shem, so don't worry about it.
He sounds amazing,
Sounds great.
though. Yeah. Oh, this part right here. Come on, do it, Post. Do it. Oh, he's so good.
Don't you remember? Do you remember during the pandemic when everybody was doing those concerts from home?
Yeah.
Didn't Post Malone do a whole Nirvana concert at home? I remember that. Because he wasn't nearly as popular as he is right now. Like not even close during the pandemic. And I remember Post Malone doing like a whole Nirvana set from like home, where he had a whole band there. But
that's great. He was live streamed.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah. And he did
in April 2020.
Yeah, it was super impressive too.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The SNL 50th anniversary special over the weekend, huge ratings. I think like 15 million people watched that or something like that.
Really?
Crazy. But the big story coming out of it is this bit that they did with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. So Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, who really have not been seen or heard from since this whole Justin Baldoni thing exploded. They haven't done anything. They were there. And Amy Poehler and Tina Fey were on stage, and they point out Ryan Reynolds, and he stands up and says this.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
So Ryan Reynolds, how's it going? Great. Why? What have you heard? Right? Because of all this stuff that's going on. Yeah. And keep in mind that, like, his wife, Blake Lively, accused Justin Baldoni of some pretty awful things on the set of that movie they did. What's it called?
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us.
Yeah.
And then he's accused them of, like, trying to destroy his character and his entire career. Like, the allegations going back and forth are pretty serious.
Yeah.
And here is Justin Baldoni's lawyer talking to Billy Bush.
What did you think when you saw, Ryan, make light of the situation? I guess try to find some humor in all this.
I'm unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation. I can't think of anyone who's done anything like that. And so it surprised me.
True. Right? Bethany Frankel, who watched the show, she's a marketing wizard. She loved what they did.
So many comments on SNL, and I am tripling down and saying that SNL was nothing short of brilliant for having them on last night. It's marketing genius. They are the epicenter. They are the zeitgeist that is popular culture. They often have disruptive people on. They talk about disruptive topics. They will have both political candidates on. They will have people mocking both political candidates. So from their standpoint, it was nothing short of brilliant. It also, whether you like them or not, was smart of Blake and Ryan to go.
Why, just to be out there, like kind of jokey, laughy, like in a positive light?
I guess. TMZ is talking to a bunch of different people who were at the event and the after party. One person had said that a lot of stars were avoiding Blake and Ryan. Other people were attributing that to the fact that Scarlett Johansson is married to Colin Jost, and Scarlett Johansson is Ryan Reynolds' ex. Right. And so for them to choose SNL on this big celebratory night for her and her husband to sort of show up and make it all about them. People were sort of siding with Scarlett Johansson for the evening. And then other people are saying that, Blake and Ryan hung out all night taking selfies with people. So who knows what went on, but a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and the Jays failed to come to an agreement on his imposed deadline because he doesn't want to negotiate a contract during the season, and they all showed up for spring training today. They could not get a deal done.
Wait, but they had all of the off-season.
They
to
did,
do this.
and they
wait till now?
They did, and they couldn't do it. Here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. through his translator.
Vladdy, were you and the Blue Jays able to make a deal on a contract extension?
No, we did not get an agreement today. I mean, they had their numbers, I have my numbers, but this is business, like I always say. Things happen, but we all good.
Were you guys able to meet in person in the days or hours leading up to your deadline?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially the last couple of days, the front office, my lawyers, my agents, they met. They try, both parts try, but I mean, obviously we couldn't get an agreement.
You mentioned before, now the Blue Jays would have to negotiate with 29 other teams. Will this experience impact how you look at a possible return next fall once you're in free agency negotiating with other clubs?
I want to be a Blue Jay for the rest of my career, but it's free agency, it's business, so I mean. I'm gonna have to listen to 29 more teams, and they're gonna have to compete for that.
Oh, Jays, give the man his money.
So he and Bo Bichette both become free agents this summer. Vladdy's been with the Jays for his entire career. The number, by the way, in case you're wondering what they're negotiating, is he and his people have hinted at something which has been reported as significantly north of $400 million.
Oh my God!
For a multi-year deal.
They're going to give him that, and then my Rogers bill is going to go up.
we won't all make it, right?
Yeah.
If they give Vladdy that deal, like I'm going to say, there's a portion of us that aren't coming to work the next day.
Yeah.
Like we're going to get the email, congratulations. Oh, by the way, right? Like we're not all going to make that. This is a Hunger Games, right?
Yeah.
You want Vladdy? How bad do you want Vladdy?
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry, Maury.
I saw that coming.
I don't think it's going to be Maury. I think it's going to be me or you.
Sorry, Roz.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Rio de Janeiro is melting right now. I know it's cold up here, but this is when you start to wonder, I love the heat. I know you love the heat. Everybody loves the heat.
Best.
But if given the choice to be sitting a week of what we have up here or what's going on in Rio. So everybody right now is in the shade or at the beach or hiding in Rio because temperatures hit 111 degrees, which is 44 degrees Celsius.
Ah, yes.
Which is the highest temperature since they started the climate alert system over 10 years ago. City officials issued an alert for extreme heat for the coming days. They've set up hydration stations. They've prepared the public health system to handle the increase in heat-related cases. The heat wave is expected to continue to ravage Brazil all week, with meteorologists warning of potential life-threatening conditions. With the sensation index, not what you think it is, Shem. This is what they call humidity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, it's 44. With the humidity later this week, they say it could reach, in parts of Brazil, 158, which would be 70 degrees Celsius.
Oh, my gosh. 70?
You could cook a chicken.
You said 70?
70. That's what, 158 degrees.
Yo, that's wild. That's like what they get in India in the summertime, right?
Yeah, and you look at those guys in India, their flip-flops melt to the street.
Uh-huh. And meanwhile, over here in this country...
This place is way too cold. You need a jacket.
Crazy.
That sensation index, though, huh?
Whew.
Oh, yeah.
Heating up right now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I gotta talk about poor Terrence Shannon Jr.
This poor kid.
So Minnesota Timberwolves Terrence Shannon Jr. was honored. So he went back to his old college to have his jersey retired at the University of Illinois. And there was like a whole thing there where so the jersey is rolled up, right?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to sort of unroll it, unveil it, and then they would hoist it up to the thing. But he unrolls it, and you're going to hear on the crowd, because right in front of him as he unrolls this big banner, it's upside down, right?
Terrence, please unveil the banner for your honor jersey that will hang from the ceiling of State Farm Center.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Also, before we get to the apology, can I just say that the term is hanging from the rafters. When you say hanging from the ceiling,
Yeah.
that's
Very different connotation.
Very different connotation.
Yeah, very different.
Right? Nobody has ever said hanging from the ceiling when it comes to a jersey.
Definitely not.
That's a different news report.
Yeah, here
This is a very sad news report.
we're happy to have you hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. Nah,
Right?
bro.
Yeah.
No,
Terrence is like, I'm good.
no.
Keep it.
Nobody in the history of hanging a banner or a jersey or a number or anything, a championship, whatever, it's hanging from the rafters, not hanging from the ceiling, for God's sake. Anyway, here is the director of athletics for the university, Josh Whitman.
Obviously, we had a regrettable situation at halftime with the jersey around Terrence's celebration. It's a shame that it happened that way. Of course, I didn't hang the jersey, but I'm ultimately responsible for everything that happens in this building. In life, mistakes happen, but there are also certain moments where mistakes can't happen. We stole that moment from Terrence, and that's on us, and something that we have apologized to him for, apologized to his mom. I want to make sure that we apologize to our fans and everybody who was excited.
The good news is Terrence immediately jumped on this because he's a great guy, and he's released a T-shirt, and on the T-shirt is his banner upside down, and it reads, when life has you upside down, turn it around. Those are for sale. All the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club in Illinois.
Oh, I love that. Good for him. Great job, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, and he just jumped on that immediately.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Serena Williams is saying that her appearance during the Super Bowl halftime show was not done out of pettiness.
Yeah, all right, gal. We don't believe you. You need more people.
Does anybody believe that?
Not
Anyone? No. So the story was that she showed up to Crip Walk because Drake was her ex, and this was the whole diss track and all of this other stuff, even though she's married. Drake called her husband a groupie, all of this. So responding to the fact that it was done out of pettiness, she says, all love and respect always, nothing negative, definitely not dancing to be petty. I think I proved 23 times over, not counting 4 gold medals, that I simply don't have time for petty.
Well,
All
you
love.
did that night.
Yeah. So, I mean, believe that for whatever you want to believe. Right?
Listen, I'm not wrong with being petty.
No, that's
Be petty.
Yeah,
But
But just own it.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, I showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was petty behavior.
Yeah. Like, or even not even just, don't even like make it Drake a part of it. Just say, yeah, I showed up, 1, because I think it's a great track, and 2, he asked me. Right?
We're friends.
Yeah, we're friends. But don't.
I show up for my friend.
Oh, see that? There you go. There you
That's
go.
all she needed to say.
There you go.
I show up for my friends.
There you go. Yeah. That's what you say. That's the line. You should retweet that for her.
Nah, man.
You don't want to get involved?
Oh, my God. Did you guys see? I mean, it looked fake.
It's fake. That's why I didn't bring it up, but go ahead.
Drake in Australia, and it was like a drone shot of his flying up to his penthouse suite. at his hotel, and he steps out onto the balcony and he picks up a slipper and he throws it, quote unquote throws it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're going to fake a throw, Drake, like fake a good throw, because people were clowning you for that throw.
It looks like he's never thrown anything in his life, but
At
he was
all.
obviously deliberately trying to not hit the drone. This is a gambling thing, right, Maureen?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's for stake.
Yeah.
Because when you look at
His computer, it focuses in on what's on his computer screen,
stake.com.
right? Yeah. So it's a promo for gambling.
I know.
For a
Well, it
gambling
cuts
website.
from the inside to the outside. Like
It's a
how
terrible
would they have
promo.
both shots?
It's so bad. So bad.
But also that throw, like I'd be like, guys, you can't release that.
Yeah.
Or let me redo the throw.
100%.
Right?
If it was the whole thing was set up, like
It's
slide the drone back around. Guys. Somebody get me another slipper.
Give me my moment.
Damn, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. about to hit free agency after the 2025 season because negotiations on that long-term deal extension with the Jays apparently hit some sort of wall. GM Ross Atkins yesterday met the press and was asked if resources aren't an issue, why isn't Vladdy signed?
Resources don't appear to be an issue. So if resources aren't an issue, why is Vlad not signed?
Yeah, I mean, it's every deal, every situation is different, and we always have had incredible support. How you come up with a value and are willing to reach, certain thresholds, you have to stay disciplined to, and you have to stay disciplined to the fact that we are running a business.
What would you say to fans who think that, you were able to offer a lot of money to Juan Soto or Shohei Ohtani, who did not want to be here, but Vlad did want to be here? How do you kind of reconcile that?
Yeah, well, the offers that we made for Vlad would have been record-setting and would have been made him one of the highest paid players in the game. So we were, in our view, very aggressive.
Okay, but why wait to the last minute?
Well, they didn't. It was an ongoing thing. They just weren't offering enough money.
Yo, just give him his money.
Right? God, they're going to love him in Boston, huh?
I think the Yankees, bro.
Don't say.
You think so?
No.
Yeah, because they just lost Juan Soto.
So? You're right.
Yo,
you're
if Vladdy goes to the Yankees,
bro,
that is
gonna be
heartbreaking.
Bro.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Anybody but the Yankees.
Yeah.
And Boston.
Oh, God, New York would love.
You got to see him like 30 times a year.
Oh.
I know, that's the worst.
And 3 games on like the best weekend of the summer, too, right? Yeah. Oh, God, what are you doing?
Yo, get that man his money.
I mean, I know it's only $400 million, but like.
What do I got to do to pitch in? You want me to pitch in?
Yeah, I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A$AP Rocky found not guilty on that gun verdict. And he pulled a move, too. He opted to not testify on his own behalf, and he opted to not take the deal that would have given him a plea deal with 6 months in jail. He had said, no, I'm going to trial. And here is the verdict.
We, the jury, the above entitled action, find the defendant, Rakeem Mayers, not guilty of... Hold down.
Oh.
Not guilty.
When you see the video, A$AP turns right around and like leaps into the gallery to hug family and Rihanna and everybody.
Bro,
and they were like, "Yo, just like we're not done yet, man."
Also, you didn't win a Grammy. Like, not reaction.
I think this is better than a Grammy. He was looking at 24 years.
Yeah, I'd be jumping into someone's arms too, to be honest with you.
24 years, yes, absolutely. But I guess what happened was the story was that there was another A$AP. I didn't know there was more A$APs. There's another A$AP, and one of the other A$APs said that that Rocky pulled a gun on him in a parking garage and fired it. And
which one? A$AP Ferg?
No,
A$AP Relly.
Yeah.
R.I.P. A$AP Yams.
And he said that he got grazed on the knuckle, right? And then I guess what A$AP's defense was is that it wasn't a real gun that he had. It was a prop gun that he got off a video set. And so when it was fired, it was only blanks. And when he did fire the fake gun, it was in complete self-defense. So I guess the guy's story fell apart. He didn't even need to testify. And boom, no conviction.
Wow.
Right?
ASAP not guilty.
There you go. No, ASAP not guilty.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh God, I was reading this story about the most painful ways to die, and I don't know why I was.
Why?
God,
I don't know. Like the scientists ranked them as far as like how you could die and what's the most painful.
Like natural?
No, not natural. Fire is a terrible one. Radiation poison is apparently like brutal. But two that like I wouldn't have even thought about. One, they say right up there with the most painful ways to die is being eaten by bugs.
Oh, gross.
Ew.
Yeah, that's a slow death.
Right? Like a super slow death, or like bees, right?
That's
bees.
disgusting.
That's worse than electricity?
Yeah, because it's painful. Electricity, you're gone, right? You're fried. You're just, you're done.
Or being hit by something sort of
You're
vehicle?
gone. You're
But
gone.
still, you're gone.
You're gone.
You're talking about a slow death there.
Slow death. But one of the ones they said that was extremely painful, which I had never even thought about, is decompression sickness. So when you're down like in the bottom of like the ocean kind of thing, and you come up too fast, what happens is decompression syndrome occurs when someone transitions from one high pressure environment to a low pressure environment. This is when deep sea divers, if they come up too fast and the nitrogen in you doesn't have enough time to clear out of your blood, leading to muscle cramps, and then like all your organs just one by one shut down. But like you feel it. Right?
No. Like your lungs collapse and stuff?
As you're floating with you get the sense of you're drowning, although you're not drowning. You're fully conscious, right? I never would have thought of that.
No.
I never would have thought. I don't even want to go swimming anymore, to be honest. I don't even have a deep end in my pool, and I don't want to go swimming anymore.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Every ad I get on social media these days is all gut health. And it's all the rage. And now Coca-Cola wants a piece of it. So Coca-Cola announced yesterday that they're rolling out their own prebiotic soda called Simply Pop. Pepsi is launching their own gut soda later this year to compete with the industry leaders Olipop and Poppy, who pulled in $817 million in combined sales last year.
My wife, our fridge is full of both those brands.
Yeah, they're amazing. They have them at Costco now.
Regular soda's out. Gut-friendly versions are in. They expect that market to be $2 billion by 2029. However, doctors have long stated that most of these healthy sodas are nothing more than good marketing. Most experts recommend getting fiber from actual food and not colorful drinks, and there is zero clinical evidence that these sodas improve gut health. So
have some water.
Shut up, nerds.
Why you gotta ruin that?
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Why? I'm not ruining it.
I felt great drinking it. I said, you know.
Okay.
That's I just.
Okay, you do you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We've all fallen for marketing before.
It's not marketing.
It's
a probiotic.
It's great marketing, is what it is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Got to play you this. Brandon Hagel from Team Canada. So he's the guy that fought Matthew Tkachuk out of the gate on Friday night, was that?
Yeah.
And the big championship game between USA and Canada goes down tomorrow. And here is Brandon Hagel on why that fight happened.
Two countries. Listen, what happened the other night, I think I did it for the flag and not for the cameras.
Yeah, right.
It's just one of those games. I think everyone's out there. Canadian hockey is something else, and it's just everyone in that dressing room is here to fight for their country, and it means so much for them. And we know whether it's no matter what the outcome is, I know that we're going to be able to look the guy beside us and say we gave everything we got.
Boom.
For your country.
Tomorrow night's going to be awesome, dude.
Okay, how many fights?
I don't know, 2, maybe.
You think right out of the gate again?
No, not in the championship game.
They'll be more disciplined.
Yeah, I think so. I think Canada's going to try and be a whole lot more aggressive. I was watching a video of PK Subban going off on the NBA. Comparing what the NBA does when they have these moments where they could set something like this up compared to the way the NHL does it, where NHL players show up. Like when they orchestrate something like a Four Nations tournament, the NHL players show up. They play hurt. They give it their all. They're out there fighting, where he was talking about how the NBA doesn't get that, and NBA players would never do that, right?
Okay.
Because they play for different things. You know what I mean? They have different motivations. They have team is a different thing for them. They rest guys. Like, it's just a completely different mentality. But he was talking about this is why the NHL and hockey players offer a far superior product regardless of ratings. And it's simply because in moments like this, when you pay that kind of money for a ticket, you know they're going to show up. And these are basically exhibition games.
100%.
Right?
And that's regardless of who's on the ice, whether they're the big
Regardless
stars
of who's
or
on
not.
the ice.
And they're
right?
treating it like they're literally fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
Like some of them hits that Connor McDavid
Oh,
took.
my God.
Like they were looking to hurt, like dismantle that man.
They were.
In the middle of an NHL season.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, but that's he was talking about how when you're a fan and you pay to see, this kind of thing that the players show up and for the entire tournament, every single player's shown up. It's great.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Benny Blanco doing an interview with Selena Gomez for Interview Magazine, and I got to play this clip about Benny talking about having sad showers.
Who takes the longest showers?
Okay, I might not get to shower every day, but when I do, when I feel like I deserve it, I'm in there for so long contemplating life. I sit down in every shower I go into. Have you ever cried in the shower? It's incredible. Do you cry in the shower? Sometimes you just have to have a good cry. I always get death realizations when I'm in the shower. Like I realize I'm gonna die, but it's in the shower, and then I cry about it a little bit, and then it goes away, and then I feel great because I'm the warm water.
Yo, my man, you got to talk to somebody, bro.
But hold on, Roz, don't you cry in the shower?
No, I don't cry in the
when
shower.
When you're sitting in the shower, sitting down, first of all, you don't shower every day.
Why are you sitting in the shower?
Yeah, second of all, you're showering.
I've sat in the shower before.
Sitting down, crying, though?
Yeah, I mean,
like all the time?
No.
I understand if you have, heartbreak or like maybe you going through a rough time. I get that.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't sound like Benny Blanco's going through
It just sounds like he goes in there and has a moment, man. Like he's just in there and he's in his own head and nobody's bothering him and it's his time and he just starts thinking about life. And as soon as he's like, I'm guilty of this too, of where as soon as I start thinking about how great things are and how beautiful things are in my life, my head always goes the other way, where I just start thinking about like, what if it all goes away? Like what happens? What happens if I'm not, I start thinking about stuff like that, right?
Talk to somebody?
And then the shower's over and you're out. But I get what he's saying, right? I do. I don't think you should do it every time you take a shower. Like he sounds like he enjoys like every day having a sad shower.
Yeah, that's his
right?
thing.
Like that's not sexy. Like what if your wife walks in, his brand new, fiance, and she's like, oh, Benny's been in there a long time. Maybe he's waiting for me, right? And then she goes in.
I'm sure they have their own 2 separate showers.
No. But what if it's business time, Maury? Come on.
What if she's feeling Selena's like feeling it and she's like, that's a signal right there. Benny's been in there for 25 minutes. Maybe
let me go get him.
Yeah, let me go see what's going on.
And
she opens the door to the bathroom and he's there.
Yeah. Right?
She's like, you okay, Benny?
It's just all on his knees.
Pass me that.
Crying, right?
That's a sight you can't unsee.
You would never unsee that.
No.
I got to play this, though. Selena Gomez teasing another new song. This one is called Call Me When You Break Up.
Record your message.
Call me when you break up. I wanna be the first one on your mind when you wake up. I miss the way we stay up. We talk about forever when I'm taking off my makeup.
Right? It's not bad. Gracie Abrams is in that track, too.
I love Selena Gomez.
Yeah. Can you play that again for me?
Record your message.
Call me when you break up. I wanna be the first one on your mind when you wake up. I miss the way we stay up. We talk about forever when I'm taking off my
Benny Blanco crying in the shower listening to she's talking about me.
Get up. I can't.
It's over before it even started.
What happens when I die? Like, that's not sexy, man.
Bro, I'm concerned. Talk to someone, man.
Also all wet like that and vulnerable. Oh, God, you can't look at that. You can't see that.
That wet curly hair, too.
No.
Bro, stuck to the side of your face and thing. My man.
Oh, no.
He's going through it.
He really is.
All right.
He
I
really
give you a hug,
is.
Benny. That's the best I could offer right now.
In that moment,
Like when he's in the shower?
Just like a wet hug, like you just bend down and cradle? No, you wouldn't do that.
I'd wait till he's
no,
done.
If that's your man, Maria, you're not hugging him in that moment?
Oh, no. I know. If it was my man, yeah, but I don't think, I mean, I hope.
Not the first time. What if it was the third time you found him crying in the shower?
Oh, I don't know. I
She's
can't
like,
watch people cry.
There wouldn't be a third time, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Will Smith was doing a podcast with the XQCs, I guess. I don't know what that is. It's a Twitch stream, I guess. They got an interview with Will Smith. Two projects that Will Smith had that were really ripe for a sequel. One was, of course, I Am Legend, which there's been talk of an I Am Legend sequel forever. But here is Will Smith giving an update onto what's going on with that.
People were saying I Am Legend 2. Is that a thing?
Yeah, no, that's a real thing.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So me and Michael B. Jordan, we sat down for about a week, just went through character stuff, and Akiva Goldsman is the writer, so he's putting it together. So no, that's a real thing.
Oh, my best friend, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah, your best friend. Also, Hancock. I love.
Yo, that movie was so good.
It was so good, and it came out because it was like a standalone superhero movie, right? But it came out at a weird time where it was kind of the in between the world of superheroes, and it wasn't affiliated with any sort of universe, and it was a standalone.
I didn't know that it was until I watched the movie. I didn't know that it was a superhero movie until I watched it.
Right? Yes. Yeah.
It was so good. Him and Jason Bateman.
Yeah, and it was
Charlize Theron.
And it was so good for a sequel. It never happened, but here's Will Smith giving an update on Hancock 2.
Really cool Hancock 2 idea, and we haven't even talked about it. So I'm gonna give you one little piece. Zendaya will be being approached for Hancock 2 for a role in Hancock 2. So that's
pretty big.
Yeah,
that's massive.
Yeah.
That sounds premature to me to say that she will be approached. Not even saying she has been approached.
Nah, she's been approached.
She will be approached.
I bet you. When did that movie come out? Well, it doesn't matter. I bet you Zendaya would be like Hancock's daughter in that movie.
Okay,
and it would
but
center
can
around
Hancock
her.
have a daughter?
No, but him. Spoiler alert: him and Charlize Theron were like meant to be together.
Maybe he was using Rhino XL Extreme.
Well, that's what I thought the name was.
Had like a superhero daughter or something like that, right? David Moore, explain to me what happens at the end of the telephone video from Lady Gaga.
Oh, the dangly thing from the rearview mirror in the car that they're in says to be continued.
Okay, and that was to mean what? Like there was going to be a telephone part 2?
We've been waiting years.
Gaga and Beyonce.
Beyonce,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right? That's a good song, man.
And video, epic video.
Yeah, it's a great song. God, I miss this song.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, that's a great track. Yo, we gotta play that
So
more.
Gaga sat down to do one of those lie detector test interviews with Vanity Fair where they asked her this.
Music video for your song Telephone said to be continued at the end. Will it ever be continued?
Yes.
Oh. When?
I don't know.
Oh.
Will this person be in it?
Beyonce.
Maybe. You being truthful? I can't keep the picture of Beyonce. Okay.
Is it taking forever because of scheduling conflicts with Beyonce?
No.
Oh.
So that's all you get.
That's it?
Yeah. Like, would it be telephone 2 or like would they call it Bluetooth?
Because
cell
call
phone?
waiting?
FaceTime?
Hands free.
FaceTime? Yeah.
Rhino
Right.
XL.
Hey. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm starting to think that this city and the people running it are not real. You know
What
what,
do
I
you
mean?
mean? Like AI?
No, they're just not serious people. Like,
Okay.
they're saying now that the snow removal is going to take up to 3 weeks, and they only started the snow removal yesterday. The first the first big snowfall we had was a week ago today. It was Thursday.
So what's taking them so long?
And then we had the second one on the weekend, and then the snow removal is just starting now. Like,
but why?
It just who knows? Who knows why? And I had to bring the cat to the vet, and I was like, where the vet is, it was a busy corner. Like, it's a busy corner for cars, busy corner for pedestrians, busy corner for transit, busy corner for everything. And I found a place to park, thank God, but I had to walk like a full block, like 2 stoplights, before I could find a place that was carved out of the snowbank on the side of the road to get to the sidewalk.
shoot.
So I was walking up the road
Yeah.
with like the kitten in the carrier, right? And the path on the sidewalk was the path that was created by people's feet. Like,
So the street plow hadn't even gone through.
no, like the sidewalks weren't even clear,
Yeah.
right?
That's ridiculous.
And this was like yesterday, right? And if you have a baby stroller,
I
you're
saw
done.
that. I saw that on the weekend.
You're done.
I feel bad for people who got
or you
strollers
got like
that,
a
yeah.
cane or something like
Wheelchair?
that, a wheel, like you are done.
Yeah.
And the fact that like nothing has been moved, like the taxes are only going up, and it started yesterday, and it's going to take 3 weeks, is incredible to me that even happened. Like it's insane. I don't understand what's going on, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Delta Airlines has confirmed that they're offering all 76 passengers on flight 4819 that crashed upside down at Pearson $30,000 in compensation. Now, the airline said that this is a gesture and, quote, has no strings attached and does not affect anyone's rights.
Yeah, right. Read
So,
the fine print.
So, right now, the 20 of the 21 passengers that were injured have actually now all been released from the hospital. One Toronto law firm has already launched a case with 2 of the passengers that were on the flight. But nothing is ever no strings when it's $30,000.
No.
Nothing
And these people
is
who are
ever no
going to be in this lawsuit are going to be looking for way more than $30,000.
I would hope so. But isn't it weird, though, that like, because I know Maury was reaching out to a few people and they all wanted money to do an interview.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. But I find it interesting. This is like the first time I can remember where it was a plane crash where like nobody died.
Yeah.
But there's no information about the crew, right? Normally when a plane crashes, you get the flight crew, their how long they've been serving for, how long they've flown for. No interview. Like I've seen one interview with one of the passengers. There was 80 people on that flight, and I've seen no interviews with anybody. It's weird. Like, are they all just like lawyering up with the same firm, or
Probably.
like I have no idea what's going on?
I would assume so.
But
I
there's
saw an
no
interview with the lawyer. He's working with U.S. lawyers as well to, they say, some sort of class action thing.
Yeah, but like no interviews with anybody. It's crazy.
But
to
if you
me.
lawyer up, you can't really do interviews.
Well, I mean, even before though.
Yeah.
Like, and there was 80 people. I understand. Maury reached out to somebody and they sent him a Venmo link.
No, they didn't.
Their only reply
Yeah.
was, "Here's my Venmo."
Here's my Venmo.
Oh.
Yeah.
For how much, though? For how much?
They don't say because they want you to make the offer.
Yeah.
What did you offer?
No, we didn't.
No.
We
You
didn't
didn't
at all. No.
Bro, don't look at us like we're crazy. You bought teeth in a jar off of eBay, okay, in the past, okay?
That's
Teeth
true.
in a jar.
That's true.
Sir.
That's true.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Canada is apparently getting a very expensive high-speed train from Toronto to Quebec City. Here's Prime Minister Trudeau.
Today, I'm announcing the launch of Alto, the largest infrastructure project in Canadian history. A high-speed rail network between Quebec City and Toronto with stops in Trois-Rivières, Laval, Montreal, Ottawa, and Peterborough. It'll span 1,000 kilometers with 100% electric trains that will reach speeds of 300 kilometers an hour.
That's fast.
A reliable, efficient, high-speed rail network will be a game changer for Canadians, slashing travel times by half, getting you from Toronto to Montreal in 3 hours. It'll stimulate our economy, strengthen the bonds between cities and our 2 most populous provinces, and reduce costs for businesses while improving their productivity and competitiveness.
So the 5-year conceptual design phase is going to be $3.9 billion. And according to the Globe and Mail, the total cost for the rail, when it's finished, it will be between $60 and $90 billion.
Man, can we get Eglinton fixed first?
Right?
Facts.
So
Also, in 3 hours, you might as well still drive at that point.
Yeah.
So I can't see this being anything other than the Liberals just trying to appease Quebecers and get votes because the party is in shambles in that province. But when you look at Via Rail, right? So in 2023, 4.1 million trips were taken on Via Rail, and 96% of those trips were in this exact same corridor, right? The Toronto to Quebec City. So 96% of the 4.1 million trips on Via Rail were in that exact same corridor. In 2023, Via Rail's revenue was $430 million. Wow. Its expenses were $812 million for a loss of $381 million. So you tell me, right? How is this going to work?
Because the train's faster.
Is it like I
It's
understand?
not. Think about all the stops and it's delayed. And
To me, it seems like a big waste of time and a big waste of money.
Like, didn't we just go through this with the Up Express?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah.
But they were like, it's going to be packed. Commuters are going to. No, they're not.
It is packed now with people that use it instead of the TTC.
That's crazy. We went through this whole thing. I understand if you said you're going to get there in 90 minutes, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? Sure.
All the way.
3 hours though.
Also, if you
Still?
try peeing on the Via Rail now, going 300 miles an hour, that's going to be really hard.
Well, I mean, people pee on the European bullet trains all the time, right? But I just can't see. I can't see how you make the money back. And that 60 to 90 billion is the estimate now. What is that number going to be in 15 years?
Oh God.
When
way higher,
right?
No, it don't make sense to me.
I don't know. And alto. Give me an alto, Shem. Now, can you sing Speedy Train?
Speedy Train.
From Toronto to Quebec City?
Speedy Train from Toronto to Quebec City.
With stops in Peterborough?
With stops in Peterborough. Trois-Rivières. Montreal.
There we go. Shem, you should do all the announcements.
Sure.
Sing Next Stop Peterborough for me.
Alto, or you want a soprano?
Alto.
In French.
Alto.
Oh.
Alto. Next stop, Peterborough.
Next stop, Peterborough.
You sound
Wait,
sing
what?
It, like
Next stop, Peterborough.
No, not Peterborough.
What'd you say?
Peterborough.
Peterborough, man.
Yo, next stop.
Never heard
Yo,
about
next stop. Next stop. Next stop. Next stop. Next stop.
Hey, yo, Peterborough. Next stop.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.